ground, but the mind's online. Circuits breathe where the forests shine. Till it streams through the rivers wide. Nature coded the future alive.
Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
I am with the Sonics right before the match, and I have quite a few questions with me before we begin. Now, first up, after yesterday's match, what made you still believe in Onic? Sa lepas match Onic kemarin, apa yang membuat Sonics masih lagi percaya dengan Onic?
Because Onic, we just love Onic, and we will always believe in Onic.
Wow, the Sonics will always believe in Onic. I love that. I really, really love that. So positive. Now, guys, in your opinion, I know every team, there's always room for improvement, right? But in your opinion, who in Onic needs to improve the most so that Onic can get a slot in the knockout stages? Siapa yang perlu improve lagi?
Ya, paling untuk lebih disiplin aja gameplaynya dan chemistry-nya lebih bagus lagi. Semoga bisa.
Semuanya kena disiplin dengan improve. Okay, he said that in his opinion, he thinks everybody has to improve on their discipline, decision making, and their gameplay. And hopefully with that, they do have the chance to qualify for the knockout stages. One last question. Anything that you guys want to say to Onic?
Buat Onic, tetap disiplin aja, terus main yang bagus, lakuin sesuai yang di scrim, and then buat semua Sonic yang nonton, keep support Onic everywhere you are.
There you guys go. So Onic, just keep your discipline, do as you do in Scream, and just do the best. Okay, guys, I need you guys to teach me how to chant like a Sonic. Okay, what are we gonna say?
I think when I say, what time is it? You guys say, it's Onic time.
All right, let's go.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. What time is it?
It's Onic time!
All right, so we got to hear from the Sonics who said, when asked who needs to improve, they said discipline as a team, which I mean makes a lot of sense. I was trying to read a lot of the Indonesian comments with great failure. I had to, I thought I knew enough Bahasa reading it. I do not. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, yeah, they need to step up in terms of, finding the right positioning and the right timing. Because when you go up against like a team like Team Spirit, when you have to look out for Hiko and Sao, these dudes, if you make a mistake, they will pounce.
They will pounce, and I think that when we're going on a base-to-base role in terms of the matchup, obviously we're looking at Hiko, we're looking at Sao, we're looking at Sunset Lover. One Shot and as well as Kid Bomba. One Shot impressed me a lot on his first debut, and he's continued to be consistent and a prominent member here of Team Spirit. But Sao, Sunset Lover, and as well as One Shot must work together, especially when you're looking up on the opposite side, having to deal with Mr. Sans Kairi and Keyboy. Keyboy in particular. He has a way to get underneath your skin. He has a way to kind of fake out their opponents, causing roamers everywhere to get a huge headache.
Yeah, and I can't help but think about what we talked about before we headed into the lineups, because of like how the matchup between Sans and Sunset Lover could potentially look like. Because if Sunset Lover has been only on the Farsas so far, and Kadita and Sans is known to bring out these picks similar to the Kadita, which we also saw earlier today, then that might be something they have to carefully consider, because pick-off burst type lineups aren't new to Onic, but it's not working for Team Spirit. So where do they bring in the change, and what change exactly should they do?
All right, let's start a war, a fandom war.
Wow.
Between Onic and Team Spirit. Go to your chat right now. It's a different question this time. Who will get first blood?
Yeah, I think this one, as much as Sonics are going to go with their blind belief on the 168, I think
Glaring in their camp, and they were able to fight that well. I like how he was able to maximize his dashes to avoid the crowd control abilities of Onic ID when they were going for that chase. And Team Spirit, 2,000 gold lead. This could climb up even more, considering that no first-tier towers have been broken by Onic just yet. And One Shot now has a brute force breastplate. As we look at the win rate prediction brought to us by Realme 50 Pro 5G, 64%. for Team Spirit.
And this is off of a 2K gold lead, or a 2K deficit, some may say, right? Now, Eco already with the Malefic Roar already purchased an early feathered airstrikes being thrown out, because this is just posturing, right? Nothing really matters unless Team Spirit can almost guarantee a mid inhibitor, because once that mid inhibitor goes, this game is going to accelerate at a rapid pace. That's why Team Spirit, as you can see, moving down, holding control. They check the jungle, see, hey, there's no creeps there. We need to back off. We can't be wasting time.
Yeah, and these are really careful movements we're seeing from Team Spirit. At least they have Sao and Kid Bomba to ensure that all areas are covered and that Hiko and Sunset Lover will remain safe. And that's on top of the fact that they have Purifies by themselves. So it will be a bit more tricky for Keyboy if they really want to land these combos, because they might have to work not at the same time.
Setup so far. Look at this Lord setup. Net push down on bot side, net neutral top side. So good.
Great setup there by Kid Bomba. Ludwig now with an Oracle. Should make him a little bit more tankier to deal with, but that's even more shield he'll be getting for himself, which means Kid Bomba is happier.
Kid Bomba? Speaking of Kid Bomba, oh, now Keyboy actually goes in. He tries to look for a target. That's Sao once again, but he still has the flicker to survive. And now Kid Bomba catching two right from the back lines. Ludwig forced to flicker out, but the feathered airstrike finishes off the kill. And that's one man down for Onic.
God damn! Kid Bomba is feeling it today. Falling Star Moon, a preemptive Falling Star Moon, might I add, that he was charging to ensure that he was able to collapse upon the backline to buy that precious couple of seconds. They tried to take out the trigger man, Sao himself. He manages to survive, and this was Team Spirit's response. Onic ID, the only thing that they are lacking right now is the fact that Sao just isn't dying enough. He is still maintaining a good amount of income to stay relevant in this game.
The tension is a razor thin here as the battle above the clouds sees Team Spirit taking the first Lord, and they will be taking the first commanding lead of this game. Team Spirit now, with the lineup that they have, playing around the Granger, the Leomore, the Farsa, Sunset Lover, again on point. We put a lot of focus on him heading into this game with good reason, and he has proven why the focus was on him. Despite going up against the Kanata and everything that could give him a lot of problems, Sao and Kid Bomba have done so much to provide space for their Farsa.
And I just gotta say, we were questioning, or we were a bit surprised with the Cryo, Cho, and Granger, but they're working together perfectly so far. In this game, you barely see them away from each other.
Kid Bomba said earlier they come from a region that has greatly improved with their own ideas, with their own style. If this is the flair that EECA brings to M7, I'm excited to see more of it. But Onic, they have been in this spot before against Boostgate in day one.
It's assuming that Team Spirit is going to let them get to that late game, right? I think that Team Spirit now recognize after that mid inhibitor is gone, well, sorry, mid tier 1 is gone, they take everything else off of the Lord push. A 5.2k lead is not bad for Team Spirit, but it's one team fight away from going back to net neutral. And that's something Team Spirit doesn't want to do. Notice that Sunset Lover earlier purchased Genius Wand on top of the Glowing Wand. Sans decides to go for something else. Goes straight into the wings, Blood Wings. Now, I don't know what that second item is going to be, but it needs to be just more raw burst.
It's going to be tricky for them now. Even when Keyboy finds a target, Onic ID is not that safe, because now that Team Spirit's grouping up together, you saw the falling star moons come in from Kid Bomba and how unstoppable they are when they try and just run through the members of Onic ID. So now, what is next? There is the way of the dragon once again. They target Keyboy instead, so Keyboy could start things himself, but he still gets to escape, but not for long. Kid Bomba once again jumping into the back line. Sans not even able to commit a combo. He goes down next. Kyrie fortunately dashes away, but now it's Scalar and Ludwig. They are trying to run for their lives. Sans and Keyboy were the pickoffs of Team Spirit.
That was clean. The kick from Sao and the follow-up by Bomba.
That's exactly what they were looking for. And Bomba, at the very least, if I am not looking to engage in Peel, I will clean up the mess left after. Now that they swept them under the rug, the real question is whether or not Kyrie is able to get in position to try and steal this Lord away while Team Spirit holds down the fort.
Ludwig, goes in with the bravest fighter. doesn't commit the land shaker just yet. Sunset Lover sees where he is. 4 members, there's the winner airstrike. Gets to damage Skylar just a bit. Kid Bomba jumping once again. Keyboy already low. Gets bursted down by 1 shot.
Bomba!
And Kid Bomba! He's not letting go of these 4 members of Onic. And now they're completely zoned out. Look at him.
He's unstoppable. Falling Star Moon again. He knows he's too big for these boys to handle. This game is something.
This man. Earlier, he was talking about how they busted a toilet in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And now they're doing this to Onic. Team Spirit and Kid Bomba are doing this to the champions of MPLID.
Well, what did we say about Kid Bomba and him doing Kid Bomba things? This is not the Kid Bomba we saw a couple of days ago.
Yep, it really isn't. But luckily, Kid Bomba now getting the a piece of equipment. Blade armor is so important to keep himself alive here. But Skylar has also finished the Malefic gun. It's a stat check, but let's see as the Lord pushes in.
Okay. Under Falling Star Moon, but they just do all of this.
Sawo!
Oh no, but another kick from Sawo! Ludwig's the target! He doesn't have enough sustain! There's the immortality for Sawo, but he will still remain alive! Team Spirits gain access to the base! A flicker out from Keyboy! And now what's left? Onic ID! It's only Sans, but not even anymore! Team Spirits secured the win!
What a game! Now that's how you dominate. Now Team Spirit comes back into form.
High above the clouds is the Dragons of the North that take the Sky Kings down in front of their home crowd. Spirit is back. Spirit have sent Onic to the brink of elimination.
Woo! Great games. Great games all across the board. Early game domination and early game plays done by Onic, thwarted by mid-game coming in from Team Spirit. Skylar was so close. He needed a minute more to get into that full mass capacity.
Yeah, it felt like Team Spirit had little to no downtime. But Onic, they had to wait for these picture-perfect opportunities, especially when they were playing from behind, to go for the setups to seal those pickoffs. But none of the key players allowed them to do that. And you can't even go for options like Sawo or whatnot, because they can't finish off the kill.
They really can't. I mean, when we look at these highlights, that very final play, you can see that everybody is literally trying to run. They do not want to fight. And even in this last fight, I was hoping that Ludwig would actually try and jump Sunset Lover. Doesn't. He holds on to the ult until he dies. Bit of a mistake there, but I think he already knew there was not much he could do.
I just want to say, Sawo, bro,
Sawo,
you're one of my favorite shows now.
hey, we did talk about is the pickoff approach not working anymore? Oh, okay,
But it worked.
We take it back.
The connection between Sawo, Sunset Lover, and Kid Bomba was perfect here, setting up Hiko to show a little bit more of the mania. Oh, Kid Bomba! Definitely feeling it. Team Spirit earned that win, and now we're gonna hear from them on stage with Rose at Sawo and Sunset Lover.
And there you guys have it. Onic Indonesia unfortunately heads into the elimination bracket. And in this matchup, Team Spirit comes out on top. And with me here, we have Sawo and Sunset Lover. Boys, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know this is definitely a very amazing win for you guys. Now, let's talk about this match first. Let's go with Sawo. How important is this win for you, knowing that you just beat the fan favorites?
Yeah, it was so important match, but doesn't matter which opponent we have. We just need win, and doesn't matter who our opponents.
It doesn't matter the opponent as long as you guys come out on top. You know what, Sawo? I really